Hey everyone, it's Yggdrasil. It's my first time making a YouTube video where you guys are going to see my face, so hello. If you want to skip to the actual meat of the video, the timestamp is down below, so yeah. This is going to be a new kind of video, or kind of, not really series, more of just a kind of ramble or debate, really. It was actually inspired by a YouTuber named Akalon. I'll post his stuff down below too. It's really interesting sometimes when he has these kinds of monologues. He does these kinds of talks where he doesn't really do much editing, but he goes on and he talks about a subject just straight up at the camera, no kind of editing whatsoever. Sometimes it's about World of Warcraft, sometimes it's about Final Fantasy, it could range. And I gotta say, that kind of video really resonates with me because that's the kind of style I want to have on my channel. And I brought it up, actually, that's the kind I want to have, even in my first Let's Play video. Now that said, you may ask me, but Yig, you started out with a Nintendo Let's Play, then you posted a Final Fantasy thing about a week ago. Now you're moving on with a discussion about some guy from World of Warcraft. What's going on? Well, what's going on is, again, this is the way I envision my YouTube. It's me doing things I like, or bringing up things that I want to talk about, but do so passionately. You know, because I'm passionate about what I want to talk about, that I want to bring it up to you guys. I don't have to be like most YouTubers and have a niche in a certain game or gaming genre, because I just think it falls under all the same branch of gaming as a media anyway. Uh, and, you know, as someone who has just a newly formed YouTube channel, I can get away with it because the algorithm can't take away what I don't have, you know? YouTube metrics be damned. And so that's what I'm going to do today. I just wanted to give reason to the rhyme, or I just wanted to give reason behind the rhythm, and if you catch my drift. All right. So let's get into the video. You saw the title. What is it? What I think that the jailer should have been, or rather, what is who I want the jailer to have been. You may remember as Shadowlands was announced about almost 2 years ago or something like that. Jeez. We didn't know who the jailer was. We had eventually know that it would be Zoval the jailer. Ooh, but we didn't know who he was. You know. All we had was a silhouette and a lot of speculation videos. Thank you, Bellular. Discussing who it could be, and a lot of eyes were on the character I thought it was. Didn't actually end up being that way. And in my opinion, this is the guy who's been like shafted the hardest this expansion. You know, it's not Kel'Thuzad. He was pretty rad up until the last phase of his fight when he cried. It's not Ner'zhul because he was pretty. He had a nice send off. You know, like seeing his wife after all this time finally. And it's just the one character they didn't give him any justice in Shadowlands, and he's been there since vanilla even. And I'm talking about Muezala. And in my opinion, this guy would have been the perfect jailer. You know, Zoval the jailer. He's written up to have all this grandeur. It's this big stupid meme of, oh, I've been playing this since Warcraft 3, and look at my nipple. No, Muezala's been around since vanilla. He was in a tablet in Zul'Farrak, or he was mentioned in a tablet in Zul'Farrak, and it listed the names of several Troll Loa, and under Muezala is listed God of Death, Father of Sleep, Son of Time. Like, come on, that's all we know about this guy for the longest time, true, but come on, death comes for the soul of your world. We dealt with Argus, it's not Argus, so who else in established lore has mastery over death? Like, he didn't have any screen time in vanilla, I get, or like in vanilla, and like, but you know, even closer to Shadowlands, there are more hints. Other low on the tablet are real, they're brought into the game, like what was it, Kimbul and Shadra, I think. And they have a lot of relative consistency throughout Battle for Azeroth. And then we got Bwonsamdi, the Loa of Death. In that expansion, he mentioned like he was like, oh no, the boss ain't gonna be happy about this. Well, who's the boss? Like, come on, it's set up. We get more and more hints. Who's the boss of the deity of death? Well, the speculation grew more and more, and thinking about Muezala more and more as time goes on. So when we start seeing patch material for Shadowlands, and it has a giant troll character, or like a troll-like being with Muezala as his file name, we thought we had it. No, it went to the internet's. I'm gonna call him the Mr. Bootleg Thanos, Mr. Angry Nipple Man, the Warcraft 3 guy. And the biggest shame, in my opinion, Zoval could entirely not exist. He couldn't entirely not exist, and it could have just been Muzala the jailer, his own boss and everything, and it would have been so much better narrative-wise. Would have been so much better narrative-wise. Everything would still make sense, you know? Like, the Father Sleep wants to relight the Shadowlands by his titles, you know? We already know his dealings. Like, he's whispering to Vol'jin to name Sylvanas the new leader of the Horde. We don't know why, but we were supposed to come and learn that in Shadowlands. We know he's an ambiguously evil character. He has like a bit of mischief going on because he's partly also in the Traveler series, of novels. He didn't need to take the troll soul and give him to Zoval. He could have just been the jailer and kept them for himself. He didn't have to try and convince Helia to join their side. He could have convinced Helia to join him. He didn't need to give Odin's eye to Zoval. He could have kept the eye for himself. The point is, this guy had everything. He could have been the jailer, and it would have been far more respectful to Muizala as a character and far more respectful to the overall lore of the Shadowlands, because, you know, instead he's just thrown off in a dungeon to be a one-time boss. He's captured by Bonsomdi. He's not mentioned again. He has like a little skit to do all after with Vol'jin and Razan. That's it. That nada. Nothing to do with the jailer. The jailer's like, who? So Muizala, who? Denathrius, who? Like, you just, you know, goodbye. Oh gosh, and he's just given the lamest fight. He's given just the lamest things that he's set up. Even he's set up so hard, even by Bonsomdi and BFA. He's like, oh no, oh shit, I angered the boss. Oh no, and nothing. You just bribe him, or not? You distract him in a dungeon, and then he shakes his fist on the platform, and then you beat him. That's it. Bye-bye. And I know he's not going to be used up for a long time either, because, you know, the Warcraft writing team, they know that we hate talking about Shadowlands lore. They want to get as far away from that as much as they can, as quickly as they can. So, you know, I don't expect to see Muizala for a long, long time. Father of Sleep, or God of Sleep, Father of Time, God of Death, bye-bye, you're out. You're thrown in the bin. We don't want to deal with you. Your Shadowland stuff. Stay away. Stay away. You tanked our stock, buddy. Please no. You tanked our subs. No. Stay away. And that's why I just think Muizala is like the most tragically used character in Shadowlands. Not that he's a tragic character in and of himself, but it's tragic that he could have been so much more as a character. Anyway, that's just how I feel. But what do you think? Let me know in the comments below, and well, thank you very much for your time and attention with this kind of video. As always, have a great day.